Cheers from Japan! I'm the Tokyo Toy Bastard. And I've been toy shopping, as I always do, on the weekend. Drinking some lemon sour. It's like a sour lemon cocktail. Pretty high alcohol content. I speak English perfectly. That's why I teach English. Sunday evening. Meant to make this video yesterday. Didn't get a chance. I tried to make this video earlier today when the sun was still out so I could get some better lighting, but was out with the family. We just got back from dinner. Had some beers, had some chickens, and feeling pretty good. Kids are downstairs. They might burst in at some point and start screaming things, but I'm just going to keep rolling. But hopefully I can just talk about all this amazing stuff that I picked up this weekend, even though this was literally over a period of 3 days, and I picked up like a couple things at a time, and nothing super major except for one item. And then I also got a special little package in the mail from my good friend Stephanie, aka SS Goshen 4, my fellow YouTuber who is a uber Dragon Ball nut, just like I am. And I've also got some Dragon Ball surprises to share around that time. But I've also got all these other stuff that's non-Dragon Ball related. So let's dive in and see what I found, because I just took it all out of the bag. Even the stuff I found on Friday, haven't touched a single thing. So let's see what you got. What I got. First thing, this is actually something I picked up last week, and I showed in my pickup video. And, well, I showed the box. I didn't really show the things because they were unassembled and stuff. And I finally assembled them, and then I learned more about them. And then now that I found out there was a Series 2 of these that came out this month, I spent about 2 hours today looking for Series 2, found some of the Series 2 stuff that I did not need, and came home empty-handed. But since I didn't really get to show these off in my last video, I figured I would. If you watch that video, you might know what I'm talking about. These are the Gundam Micro Wars figures. I do not collect Gundam, but I love minifigures, and these little guys right here are basically in the 1970s Takara Diaclone scale. And if you know what Diaclone is, then props to you. If you don't, do a little Googling. But they were basically a sister brand of the Microman figures. And they basically made big robots with little tiny pilots that were articulated and magnetic or die-cast. These are just little plastic guys, but they're super articulated. And they come with these little vehicle sets of tanks. And these tanks are also articulated, and like the little lids pop open, or the hatches pop open, and they're really cool. I just pop the top off of that. The downside of this is, if you are a Gundam collector, if you buy the mobile suit figures from this line, there are no pilots. You have to buy the tanks to get the pilots, but these are produced by Bandai, so that was a smart thing by Bandai, because most people that collect Gundam, mobile suit Gundam stuff, want the mobile suits, and they don't want this other stuff that they don't care about. But the thing about this line is that the mobile suits open up and you can stick these little pilots inside. So the fact that they included the pilots with the tanks only, and you get like 3 or 4, I think it's like 3 pilots per little tank that you can ride, in there. But yeah, look, like these are super, like for this size, like they're like bigger, like they're about the same size as my thumbnail. They have like swivel leg joints and bendable knees, and their necks turn and their elbows bend. It's really awesome. I love these. So I've been out to try to find Wave 2, which are 2 more different tanks, and they've got slightly different molds. They're all sold out. People have figured out what these were and have been buying them up because, for example, Diaclone stuff, there were these scale little minifigures. Now, they were sold in the 70s and 80s. Little figures, like a single figure this size, now sells for like $50 and up. One. So I'll be holding on to these. I assume these will go up in value in the future, and if I have doubles, you know, I have found more of these, and I can find more of this set that I have and more of the mobile suits, so if you need some of those, let me know. I can get some more of those. Definitely better to buy them now than it will be in the future, because in the future I guarantee these are going to skyrocket just because of people buying up all the figure packs, and then the figure packs with the figures will get lost very easily. While we're talking about micro-sized things, I picked this up tonight. I picked 2 of these up tonight, and I haven't really opened them up yet, but they are actually Pokemon related. I don't collect Pokemon, but they are Pokemon mini Gashapon machines that are fully functional with little Pokeballs and Gashapon balls inside. I picked up 2 different colors. I found a bunch of these, but I picked up 2 colors, so another thing that if you need one, let me know. I picked these up right across the street from my house. They had several different color versions of these, and they were selling these, you know, out of the Gashapon machine, secondhand. But they have not been played with. They're still sealed up. But like, here's a little Gashapon capsule. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Here it is up close. And I love Gashapon machines. And there's parts falling out of here. But yeah, if you twist this little thing, like, they pop out. Well, they pop right onto my table. They're really cool. But there's a Pokeball in there too. So I'm going to customize this to be Dragon Ball or something, Gashapon machine, give the Pokeballs to my kids. But it does come with little stickers and like little header signs that you can stick on top or on the side and wherever. And there's little decals in the package that are Pokemon stuff. But I'll give that all to my kids, and I'm going to turn this into a Dragon Ball and or something else that I think is way more cool, because I fucking hate Pokemon. If you like Pokemon, I don't care. Really don't. I think Pokemon is a piece of shit. Super popular here. Sometimes I walk to the station, I see like 500 people playing Pokemon Go, all ages. 60-year-olds to 6-year-olds walking around with their fucking iPhones doing this on the fucking middle of the weekend or the middle of the weekday, and just standing there just going, I need that Pokeballs, man. Dude, what are you doing? Go find some physical objects and walk around more. I don't know. I'm just angry at Pokemon. I hated it since I was in high school when Pokemon and Dragon Ball came out roughly the same time. And when I would talk about Dragon Ball stuff, people were like, oh, you like Pokemon? I'm like, fuck you, no. Well, anyway, if you like Pokemon, that's fine. Are you 5 years old, though? No? Well, you might have problems. I like Dragon Ball. You know. Can't say much, I guess. I digress. I'm sorry. I am the Tokyo Toy Bastard, so it comes with the territory. I haven't gotten bastardy in the last few videos, so I might as well get some more bastardness in there while I'm at it. Extra bastard for you today. Again, while we're talking about micro-sized things, this is something I picked up at the local 100 Yen shop that just opened up. There's several locally located 100 Yen shops, which is basically a dollar store. And I saw this a couple weeks ago when they first opened up. This is a brand new shop that opened up below the book off that I showed you in, a couple weeks back. And they had this little triangle prism pyramid rainbow thingy of glass, which is probably very dangerous. If you fell on this, like if you just like fell on your eye or your mouth, like you'd be destroyed. But I bought this. It's got a little felt bottom. I bought this to display with my collection of vintage Evangelion Keshi, because there's like when they go down below the city in Evangelion, they've got like the pyramids and stuff, and I thought this would look really cool displayed with my unpainted Keshi. It's just a little thing, because there's like a big space in the middle. I thought it would look cool there. Perfectly sized. So for $1, I just bought it. It's basically a paperweight. Okay, moving on. Now we're going to get into some things I got from Toy Cats Friday night after I got off work, before I had to meet up with some friends about some things, which I will mention in the future, hopefully. why we were meeting, because it's some exciting things. I've got other exciting things happening also in another back burner. Lots of things planned that will be exciting to hear if you stick around on my channel. Alright, so as you know, I'm a Microman collector, Microman being the figure line released by Takara, pretty much the very first 3 3/4 scale action figure ever made, one of the very first highly articulated action figures in that small scale, released in the early 70s by Japanese toy company Takara, who went on to produce Diaclone and Transformers. And in 2000 they released these exclusive figures under the banner Victory. They were the Victory line, and they produced a bunch of figures. They reissued a bunch of figures in the Victory line on blister cards, but these were basically a set of 3 figures, all based on judo or karate, and they were basically just these naked flesh Microman M10X type figures with the bare feet. Wife's home, doorbell's there. But they had different colored chrome heads. There was a copper, a bronze, and a blue. This is the 3rd one, the blue one. There were 3. And they all came with these wicked little judo or karate gis. And I'm not sure if I'm going to open this up and put them on him. I like the fact that it's got the little Takara sticker on there. And I've heard that these are really hard to get on. And I really like just like the bare nakedness with the chrome head. So I'm not going to do that today. We'll see what happens later. And I'll post a picture on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Tokyo Toy Bastard. And of course, I always put up lots of cool stuff on there for sale. And if you don't see anything for sale, that means because someone already snatched it. And recently, man, stuff has been flying off before I can even barely post anything. So a lot of times it looks like I haven't posted in a week, but that's because people just grab stuff, and unless it's a really good picture, I usually just yank it off Instagram. Sorry, I can barely talk. Let me remedy that talking problem here. Oh, that's good. That was also on sale today. Also at Toy Cats, last weekend was Superfest here in Tokyo, and Ishii had picked up a bunch of vintage Dragon Ball goodness, a bunch of random stuff, which he tends to find there, and he picked up a bunch of these. So there are more of these available if you want one, and they are these vintage, I believe these are from around 1990, 1991, Dragon Ball Z little coin purses. And they're all still sealed with the official Toei sticker on them. And they're all the same. We had a ton of these, and I grabbed one because it was just cool. And it says, DBZ, Dragon Ball Z, it had passed for 5 years since the awful and terrible battle at Tenkaichi Budokai. The world had acquired the extreme peace. The extreme peace! Obviously, Goku and Chi-Chi, of his dearest wife, had given a birth to the son named Son Gohan. Before without an E, BEFOR 5. Okay? Super Saiyan Son Goku, years, and, okay, that gets in the middle somewhere, years, and it had received a call from the calm and peaceful daily life. Such peace was fragilely gone to pieces due to the sudden appearance of the Myself Man, Raditz. Goddamn Raditz, the Myself Man. He's all about himself. Who had a strong tail? Vegeta Piccolo. The end. That's literally what this says. It didn't say the end. But my God, I had to have this. It's got a little Dragon Ball logo on the back, Dragon Ball Z logo on the back. Does it have a copyright stamp? This has to be from 90 or 91. Anyway, amazing. If you want one, let me know. I got you. That's all for Toy Cats. I picked up those 2 things, the Microman and the little coin purse, or passport ID thing. This is something I picked up earlier this month, and I completely forgot to put a video out about it or show it in a video. I don't think I showed this in a video. If I did, you can correct me in the comments. But this was a little bag of amazing little keshi that I found at Microcon earlier this month, and I literally had this. I've not even opened these. They were just sitting on my desk for almost a month now, because it's almost the end of September, and I hadn't even really gone through them. I haven't even cleaned them off. But here's one of I think these were premium premium toy from like Noodles or something, and this is like a gold Goku. And I've got a bunch of these. I've got like a pink. I've got the same one in pink. The gold ones are now more sought after, I guess. Same thing with this Bulma, gold Bulma from that same set. I've also got a pink Bulma. I like gold and pink. And then also from that same set, I've got this pink Mai, which I don't think I have this Mai at all. And I'm still not sure what set this is from. I think this is like from one of like the tournament sets or something. This Wicked Shenron. And I've got a bunch of Shenrons, but I've never seen the Shenron. I'm sorry if the light's too harsh because he's kind of bright, but yeah, the Shenron Keshi's wicked. Almost the same color type. I found this little Arale. These are all in the same set. This little bag set. I got it for a steal. I've got this Arale, but not that brownish fleshy color. And then I found this weird, this almost looks like it's something you would plug into like the end of your phone or something. It's just hollow plastic, like model kit Arale flying. And these are so tiny it's hard for me to get on camera, but she's got this little plug at the bottom. This looks like it would fit like into a phone jack, or not a phone jack, but a headphone jack, or something like that. Or this fit into like some kind of car, or like some kind of accessory. I'm not sure, but it was with this, or it looks like she's got like a penis coming out of her belly or something. Never mind that I said that. And I just gotta clean this guy off. A little Kyonshi. If you don't know what Kyonshi are, they are the hopping vampire toys, or not, hopping vampire, not toys. Well, they did make toys in Japan. Hopping vampire movies from Hong Kong, which one of my favorite movies ever is Spooky Encounters. Well, there's like 3 different titles with Sammo Hung, and it was one of the first movies that kind of made that popular. But like they're basically like these Chinese old school martial arts zombies that hop like this. And they're all disgusting and stuff, and they follow you around and do kung fu and rigor mortis style, and those movies are great. This is like a little cute child one. It's a dead zombie child doing kung fu zombie thing. Anyway, he was in there too. Awesome little Keshi lot. Sorry I didn't show that earlier, but I had to throw it in here. Next up, something I found today at my local book off, and it is this little cute Son Goku, little mini Sofubi. Sofubi, Jesus Christ. Plush. Jesus, I forgot the word for plush. Well, yeah, it's a little plush, and he's got his little power pole, and his little power pole rope, and big smile on his face, and you know, he was a buck, so I had to grab him. He had the tag. He's got a little tail. You know, I usually don't buy plush, but I thought it was cute. So I got it. Just like last week I got this Crayon Shin-chan's ass thing because it's his ass. He's swimming in plush at some point. Alright, and finally, drum roll. Package from SSJ Goshen 4. Hooah! That's her P.O. box, so you can actually see that because you can send her stuff. And SSJ Goshen 4 is a friend of mine. Been watching her videos for a few years, and she is an admin on the group that I run, Dragon Ball Vintage Collectors, on Facebook. And she's a really cool chick, and she's come out here to visit me with her dad. Well, she didn't come out here to visit me. She came out and she visited me, and yeah, we just love talking about Dragon Ball and hanging out. And her channel is awesome. And I've sent her some stuff in the future. Jesus Christ. Well, maybe I have sent her some stuff in the future. You never know. I've sent her some stuff in the past. Possibly the future, too. And I think this is the first thing she sent to me. Let me know if I'm wrong, Stephanie. But this is a figure I've had bad luck with for about 3 years. I could never ever get this particular figure, and I only wanted it loose because I have the other figures from this line loose, and for some reason every time I won it on eBay or made an agreement with a seller on Facebook or Instagram, somehow it was always miraculously disappearing and they would say, oh, sorry, because I had to buy it in lots or things, and they would be like, oh, sorry, we already sold that one. The rest is fine. And I'm like, well, I bought this for that. God damn it! Finally, I got it. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm going to pull it out of here and let you know what it is. Obviously, it's Dragon Ball. And it is the mid to late 90s Dorda Hachel, if I'm saying that right. Produced in Europe, I think Spain. Son Gohan! Yes, look at him. Glorious Gohan with his glorious mullet ponytail and his glorious butthole screw. Yes, finally. Oh my god, I've been waiting so long for this guy. He's got his arms move. He goes, yeah, I'm awesome. Yeah. And this figure line is not known for like super articulation. It's got as much as like Super Battle Collection, if not a little bit more, to be honest. Their heads actually move. Super Battle Collection doesn't do that. But they are notorious for having like these screws in the backs, but they're not bootlegs. Most bootlegs have screws in the back. But these were re-released through Irwin. And there were 4 figures in this line. And Gohan seems to be the hardest one to get, from I gather. Well, Vegeta's pretty hard too, I think. But never had a problem with the other ones. And he's also got a hole in his foot, because I believe these had some accessories you could stick them into. They also released these miniature sized with some other things that you could like play with, and like they were like skateboard versions. And I don't know if they like made these for the skateboards and then shrunk them down, or were the skateboard versions all for this size? Because I had the finger puppet versions and they were smaller. Let me know if you know. Well, anyway, I've got Goku here, and this Goku is one of my favorite Goku figures of all time. And he actually scales really nicely with the Gohan, and I love that they're both wearing the orange and blue gis with the matching boots, and you know, father and son to the max. And they both, well, if you compare their head sizes, Gohan's head's way bigger. But that's not a problem. I love these. I love the simplicity. I love simple figures. And another thing about these is they're like super light because they're hollow. Hollow with screws in the back usually equals bootlegs, but these are not. These almost feel like soft vinyl toys, but they're not soft. But they've got that same. They don't feel like they're gonna crumble in your hands like a lot of Mexican bootlegs. They just feel like solid, nice, hollow plastic with some minimal paint, and it's just like, it's like what I like. I like this stuff. And I was introduced to this line by this figure because I was very curious about what this was, and this was the Vegeta from this line. And this is one of my favorite Vegeta figures ever made because he's got the tail. All of the early figures, even the Vegeta with the armor and the Super Battle Collection, they didn't include the little pads at the bottom, and they didn't include his tail. So yeah, this guy. But you know, the faces, modern collectors, they don't care about this stuff. But you know, modern collectors and people that like Pokemon can go fuck a duck. That's what I say. Or suck a duck. Or both. If they're being, you know, judgmental about these kind of things, I'll be judgmental about them too. If you're not being judgmental and you're a Pokemon collector or modern Dragon Ball collector, my kids collect Pokemon. I collect some modern Dragon Ball stuff. I don't hate everybody, but there are some of you. Anyway, leave nice comments. Tell me why Pokemon's amazing. I will not be vengeful in my reply. Tell me why modern Dragon Ball toys are amazing. Tell me why you don't know what Microman is, or what are Keshi, what is Diaclone. Let me know. Let me know these things, because a lot of it's based on you just didn't know. That's fine. I'm here to fill that void of not knowing, and also telling you what's cool and what is for babies. And by God, Pokemon is for babies. I'll tell you right now. if I hear one more goddamn child that I teach or grown woman that I walk by at a bar, I go, Pikachu!